Welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Blind. We're back in Stormwind to turn in some quests. Namely, a simple compass, where we had to traverse basically an entire area, bumbling our way through so many other quests, until we actually found the compass. And we have a letter to deliver. So let's get on with it. Interesting camera angle. It usually does so well with not letting you obstruct your view of your character. But I guess since there's space between this tapestry and the wall, it's okay with it. Interesting. The more you know. First up, we're going to find the guy that we need to give this compass to. Should be around here somewhere. Also, I would go to the bank to store a bunch of the things that I have, but there's no space in there right now, so I'm not going to. It's kind of a waste of time right now. I know there's times where you can get stuff to appear on the map. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Anybody? He was like around here or something, wasn't he? Weapon Masters. You asked for a compass. Where are you at? And anybody see a giant exclamation point or question mark? Good start. Good start. With how far away that compass was, I wouldn't be surprised if he gave up and moved to a different town in the time it took us to find this compass for him. That'd be typical. Keep in Cathedral Square of Stormwind. Oh, so he did move. Fantastic. Just great. Couldn't just stick around where you gave me the quest, huh? Gotta make things more complicated for me. Fine. Fine. Turn to him in the Cathedral Square of Stormwind. NPCs typically don't move around so much. Also, I need to go to a marketplace, the auction house, I suppose, to sell some of these things, see if they're worth bothering with selling. Find a vendor to sell a handful of useless stuff, too. You're not the guy I need, are you?
King's honor, friend.
No, that's not.
For the Alliance.
I'll take your quest, though, because I intend to do more quests in this area. So, let's see what he has for me. Speaking of fortitude, I'm giving a speech on the fortitude of the spirit, and I'd like to recite passages from a particular book on metallurgy, the stresses of iron. A copy of this book should be in the Royal Library within Stormwind Keep. Can you retrieve it for me? If so, then may the blessings of light be with you. The Royal Library is very large, but the head librarian, Milton Sheaf, knows each shelf like it was his own son. Speak to him, he'll retrieve the book for you. Go to the Royal Library in Stormwind Keep and speak with Milton Sheaf. He can find the book on metallurgy that Brother Christoph needs for his speech.
Be careful.
Easy enough. Now, where's this guy? There he is. Is that him? Yes. Is he in this shop or is he outside? Is this him? Yes. Hey. I know it took a while, but I found your compass.
What can I do for you?
Eric Erickson, did you have any luck? Yep. I found your compass. It was anything but simple. There were so many bandits, you wouldn't even believe it. They're literally everywhere. Here you go. Oh, thank you, Eric Erickson. It's of no practical use to me, but the sentimental value. Needless to say, thank you for bringing this to me. At some cost to your own well-being. Not to mention the time it took you to go all the way down to Westfall. You have my gratitude, and have this as a token of my thanks. 7 silver.
See you around.
And 850 XP. Hooray, we did it. Hi. What you doing?
Hey there.
Welcome to Stormwind. I'm one of the city's officers in the system of the city our census bureau. If you're in need of locating someone specific, then I might be able to assist you. Though arcane methods and sharpened mental discipline, I'm able to access these records. If you visit with me, then please proceed. Apparently I don't. Almost had a problem of finding someone in Stormwind, but we ended up finding him. Because he did tell me where he was going to be, but it was so long ago we had forgotten. Anyways. Onwards to the next quest that we're doing here. Shaw and Stormwind. The barracks in Old Town. That's over there. Stormwind Keep at the barracks. We'll go this way. Through the Dwarven District. Not up there. Oh, it's got a sign. It's got a symbol on the map for me. That's useful. I'll take it. But we do have to cross these rivers. And there's periodic ways to get out of the river, but honestly, let's just keep ourselves on dry land for the most part and not complicate things for me. Okay, so it's more in the middle of this area. That'll work. That'll work for me. Like, see, I was wondering where was the marker for the last quest I was doing. Because I was touching it all over. Future quest? Yeah. Size 7. There it is. I'm gonna just march on into this area. Nobody can stop me. Except this weapon rack, apparently. Okay. He's upstairs. Almost there. Almost to where we need to be right now. Okay, Master Matthias Shaw, the leader of SI7.
Light be with you.
I have information on the Defiance Brotherhood. What business do you have with me? I am a very busy man. Letter. This matter might be more complex than Stout Mantle realizes. Another quest. Continuing the Defiance Brotherhood storyline. Which is pretty neat. A very interesting storyline so far. The Stonemasons Guild was run by a man named Edwin Van Cleef. Van Cleef was responsible for rebuilding Stormwind after the orcs raised it in the First War. Apparently, Van Cleef and his men were unhappy with their treatment by the king after the reconstruction was complete. That just might explain a thing or two. I've written a more detailed account for your master in Westfall. Take this to him at once. Take Shaw's report to Brian Statmantle in Westfall.
Go with honor, friend.
Let's read his report. Lord Statmantle. Led by Edwin Van Cleef, the Stonemason Guild was composed of the most skilled builders amongst the stonemasons, helped to rebuild the broken city of Stormwind that was razed by the orcs during the First War. Van Cleef and his tradesmen were peerless builders, and their work and artistry was evident in the edifices of the Cathedral of Light and Stormwind Keep itself. However, the nobles of Stormwind ran up a huge debt by expanding the kingdom's military presence throughout Elwyn and into Stranglethorn. The massive debt crippled the kingdom's economy and stripped Van Cleef and his stonemasons of their promised rewards after spending years toiling to rebuild the glorious city. The stonemasons were left broke, forgotten by the city's corrupt officials. Having personally known Edwin Van Cleef my entire life, I can tell you that facing him as a foe is quite a daunting task. You see, he was my childhood friend, and I personally trained him in the ways of the shadows, thinking that one day he might consider a career alongside me. If Van Cleef is heading up the Defiance Brotherhood, may the light have mercy on our souls. Master Matthias Shaw, Stormwind Assassin's Guild. Oh boy. Of course. Of course the leader is going to be some incredibly competent dude, trained by the people, feared by many, with massive amounts of resources. Just making my life more difficult, aren't we here? Okay. I'm heading back to Ironforge. For those many reasons we listed earlier. Selling stuff, but to other people. Smithing. Okay. Farming. How would you like a terrible belt, this worthless mask? Looks like a bandana. Call it a mask. Whatever. Low-level potions, mana potion, milk, extra cheese. Tiger size 2 silver. Shadow Gem's 250. And I am considering keeping a second weapon of some description in case I ever decide to do dual wielding. But that is going to be a long ways off, so. Alright, first up, Auction House. Who wants a mechanical squirrel blueprint? I'm gonna type in squirrel, assuming there's not a ton of things about squirrels. Mechanical squirrel. Selling it for like 15. Creates a mechanical squirrel. It follows you around. Summon this mentally your squirrel. Interesting. So, looks like it's worth about 15 silver. So, let us auction this mechanical squirrel blueprint. Starting price of 2 silver. I don't know if it's worth 2 or that guy had more of a 10-ish. 10, 15. So we'll put in for 15, sure. Whatever. And if it doesn't sell, we'll probably just get rid of it. Recipe, Elixir of Minor Agility. Agility. In recipes. Formula enchant gloves greater agility. Elixir of... Bruh. Ah. I got minor agility. This one's lesser agility. 140 compared to 50. Okay. Yes, that's gonna be more, but... My goodness. I was like, hey! Hey, what do we got here? No, we don't have that here. One letter. Increases agility by 4 for 1 hour. This one goes by 8 for 1 hour. So it's literally twice as good. So I can sell this for half the price, right? That's how this works, right? And nobody has anything for minor agility, so. 1 silver out of 5 silver, sure. We're literally just guessing at this point. This is soulbound, so I can't even sell that. I'd still like to keep the better one for me. A Seer's Cape. It's got a few stats on it, so might be worth something. Both these will be selling for about 23. We are literally shooting in the dark here. Cadet Vest of the Whale. Okay, the Cadet Vest of Stamina. Mine has 1 stamina. Huh? How about it? 3 strength, not much. 1 agility, 2 strength. Good. 4 stamina, amazing. 2 spirit, 1 stamina? This range is kind of ridiculous. It's got 1 stamina. People really like this one that has a lot of stamina. So maybe 1 stamina is good enough. Let's put it in for maxing out at 60. Sure. Gosh, I hope I at least get some low bids on some of these things, because even if they sell for next to nothing, that's fine. I'm not too concerned. And a small brown pouch. Selling for about 4.5. Oh yeah. That looks good. See if we have good luck. Now this is soulbound. It's probably a quest reward. But this is... should I have maybe not done that and sold it? Or would have gotten a better weapon somewhere along the way?
The finest wires in the land.
And that wouldn't have been necessary, and I could have sold that and kept 2 other weapons for possible future dual wielding? Probably. I don't know. Let's see here. Going through all my different... Here's one that had Malachite as a requirement. It's just the vest. Malachite again. That makes me feel like these gems might potentially be useful going forwards. I think that's over, so I can get rid of that. Also, I really don't need all these heavy linen bandages.
with you.
Alright, first up, we can do some first aid and create these wool bandages. 100 first aid, woo! I'm gonna go see if we can grab any new recipes with 100 first aid. I can see that potentially happening. Look at all these wool bandages. In fact, we might end up being able to get like some kind of heavy wool bandage, so I think I'm going to go make sure we're not wasting all our wool. Also, we can definitely sell off all these heavy linen bandages. I don't find that I use bandages too often because we have food and it basically serves the same function. Since it seems like you always get interrupted while trying to use bandages. He's got a big old red arrow. You do you, I guess. Alright, first aid trainer, what do you got?
How are you?
115 for heavy wool bandages, you say?
Safe travels.
Well, I'll try. There still might be a chance that we can get a level off this. I really don't know. But we're gonna make all the heavy linen bandages first. So it was at 115. And we're 105. It's possible. You can make 18 more of these. 106. 107. Get some good first aid leveling. One level every time, we're going to be pretty much good to go. Not that one, apparently. Wait, one at a time now. 115.
Great to meet you.
Heavy wool bandage. 301 instead of 161. My goodness. That's a lot more. For 9 silver? Yes, please. Then the final thing looks to be at level 150.
Keep your feet on the ground.
So it's going to take a lot...
Can't carry anymore.
My inventory's full. It's going to take a lot of wool to get myself up to 150.
I've the finest wares in the land.
You now also have a ton of linen bandages.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright, heavy wool bandages. Still a lot, still significantly more total healing from all these regular wool bandages.
Aye.
Ditch that one though. Alright. Next up. Let's start using up all this stone that we have, because we have so much stone. It is just eating up our bank space. I'll also make just a ridiculous number of copper bars. Okay. Let's look at what we have right here. We can make... I need more coarse sharpening stones? Yeah. You can never have too many coarse sharpening stones. Well, that's also a problem with having a mace, I suppose. Instead of getting another axe, I would need a second type of sharpening stone. So, maybe the mace is a poor choice. Now with these rough stones, we can make... So I'm going to make 43 rough grinding stones. And then, I'm going to go over here and smelt 73 copper bars. And anybody want to watch that? Anybody want to watch me make 100 plus things? I didn't think so. So we're going to skip forwards past that. Be right back. And I'll be literally right back because that's how videos work. Okay, we made so many copper bars, so many rough grinding stones. Also grabbed more out of my bank. This is pretty much all the resources from my bank. But yes, we have a lot of stuff now. Back at smelting, we can smelt silver. I don't know if we want to smelt bronze, because a lot of things I can make still use copper. So that might actually hinder my efforts more than help it. We got some more random stones out of the bank. Rough grinding stones. Do we have any coarse grinding stones yet? Rough. I think a few coarse grinding stones. Look how shiny they are. We got this one rough stone, but we're gonna get more rough stone. That's not gonna be an issue. Let's go over to these guys and see what kind of recipes we're moving towards. We're at the point where we can just buy these just to have them. Thick war axe. 8.6 axe. See, that's almost as good as this wicked blackjack. It's also a main hand, so that's one-handed axe we could use. So yeah, we're probably just gonna sell this to a shop now. Let's see what it takes to make a thick war axe, at any rate. Wow, look at all that stuff. Silver bars, copper bars, rough grinding stones, flux, and leather. So, we'll keep all these in easy supply. This is easily purchasable. So light leather is the only real problem we're going to have. So, yeah.
You got my attention.
So long, wicked blackjack. You're a mace, and that's not ideal. So,
Here there.
so that's everything that this guy can teach me.
How are you?
This guy's got stuff starting at level 90,
What's on your mind?
and he's not quite there yet. All right.
No.
So this guy starts selling stuff at level 90, like a runed copper bracer. Copper. Ah, here's something made of bronze. At level 95 blacksmithing. Big bronze knife, silver rod, silver skeleton key. Thus, opening of simple locks. Skeleton key is consumed in the process. Interesting. A bronze armor, bronze legs, bronze mace. Pearl handled dagger. Interesting. Wonder if it actually has pearls. One would assume. Heavy grinding stone, heavy sharpening stone. Okay. So, anyways. First new thing is at level 90, and then 95, and then 100. What we're looking for is trying to get 100 for this recipe. So let's see what we can do. We can make 7 runed copper belts. Requiring 10 copper each. My goodness. Do we have anything at all yet that requires bronze? I don't think so. Copper, heavy copper, 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 copper. Copper and silver, copper. We make the absolutely terrible low-level copper bracers. So the question is, what will get us the most levels? And Eve does not look like we're gonna be getting level 100 either. So we're gonna go for. It uses 8 copper, but a bunch of other stuff. This one's used 10. This is like what would it give me a better chance of getting levels? 12 of these or 7 of these? Yeah, we're just gonna make these. Who wants some copper belts? Copper belts coming in hot. 88. 89. I guess we can check to see what that stuff at level 90 is.
Well met.
Train me. Train me in ruined copper bracers. That might actually even end up being good for me. Now, these require rough grinding stones, which, not an issue. We have a lot of those. 68 armor, as opposed to our 54. So, yeah, we can make a bunch of these, and it'll count as an upgrade for us. So, ruined copper bracers it is. And on this recipe, I saw it uses tiger eyes, which is these gems. So these gems seem to be used in various smithing things, so we're gonna keep on with that idea. And we are basically out of things we can make now. At level 94. So the next bunch of copper that we bring along will allow us to get to level 95 to get those next recipes unlocked. And then presumably after that, we can get to level 100 to make this chestplate. It's a really good chestplate. Wish I could have gotten 100. But it really seems that mining slightly is outpacing blacksmithing for us, which is unfortunate. And I was thinking about selling some of these rough grinding stones, but we should have more space now in the bank.
You got my attention.
So we got shadow gems, tiger's eyes, malachite, tin, silver, copper bars, plenty of grinding stones in new, exciting varieties, heavy wool bandages. This recipe we still can't do, but we're getting there. We are getting close. Now, as far as these are concerned, I already have a ruined copper belt made by me. What I do want is a ruined copper bracers instead of worn mail bracers. Let's see if we can get a visual change on these bracers. Ruined copper bracers. An upgrade of 14. You really can't see them behind my big ass gloves. That's okay. Let's see if we can sell any of this stuff. What I am going to do is sell the worn mail bracers to a shop, because they're probably not worth anything.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, look at that. But these other 6 items may be worth something yet. Or maybe they won't be, since they're a mass-produced item endemic of the blacksmithing training. You never know. Maybe somebody wants them. I mean, I guess somebody that doesn't do blacksmithing. They're pretty good items. So, ruined copper belt. They're trying to sell them for about 3. I think I sell them in the shop for like 2 something. So, I think I'll put them in for about 350. 350. now, ruined copper bracers. Oh wow, that's quite a bit more. Well, it's from one guy though. Buyout of 1442. Interesting. So let's go to auctions. Put this in. It starts at 337. That guy had. I don't know if he put that in for that price or if someone's actually bid that much. So we're gonna go a little bit under there. Well, we're gonna start a bit under there. Let's say 5. And buyout price of 15. No idea. No idea if this is worth it. Probably not. It's just made of copper. It's not that hard. 14. Placing bets on all these auctions failing. Would not be surprised. So this, we're going back into Westfall again. We're also running out of light shot. Well, halfway out of light shot, at any rate. I should probably grab some more healing potions, honestly. Yeah, we got a few more spaces in here, which is nice. I like to have more healing potions in case we get into situations. I don't know if lesser healing potions is really what we need right now. We got minor healing potions, which are cheap and terrible. Lesser healing potions, which are still pretty cheap, but not great. We got regular healing potions, which are a lot more expensive, but a lot better. So is that... That's 11 for 2. 20 for 5. It's what, 4 silver per? Instead of, like, half. It's a lot better. That would probably be more likely to save me. That's an extra, like, what, 100 some HP each? I frequently find myself low on money, and we have 600 total HP. I think we're just going to stick with the low-level healing potions for now. How many do you want? Like... $4 for 3? Nah. Nah. Why does this one not have a buyout? I guess somebody did it without the buyout. I guess if somebody comes along and bids more, they might get it? Question mark? It's a system. I think the first thing that we tried, we didn't put a buyout in or something. So, that's fine. I mean, that looks like about it. So what do we have for quests then? Back to Westfall, huh? See, I'd prefer to do more things in Stormwind currently. That's what I really want to do. That was my intention. So let's head back to Stormwind. Walk around that area, see if we can find some more quests. We had that one quest in Stormwind. I think this is over. This whole event thing. So. Fortitude. To the Royal Library. That'll be the next thing we do. The Keymaster. Ooh. Let's make sure that's the Royal Library in Stormwind. Yep. Alright.
What can I do
Master.
for you?
I need to go to Stormwind. Somebody asked me to find a library book, and then I teleported to a different city. And I'm flying back on a griffin to go to the library for him. A slightly roundabout venture, but that's fine. So, anyways, we've seen this before, and it's about time to be done with the episode. We have cleaned out our inventory beautifully, used up a bunch of resources, got some levels, learned a few new things, made ourselves an armor upgrade, which is always nice. So that'll be that. We will continue doing quests, hopefully in Stormwind and the surrounding areas, and then maybe head back to Westfall, depending on how things go. Next time. Goodbye.